Hey everyone, it's Alisha here at Cosmic Gateway. I'm pretty excited to bring you a transcript from a recent client session that came through. This client that I have worked with multiple times over a couple of years. And so for this session, we're going to call this client Julia. I'm aware of her capacity to connect in with her own personal field and also the collective field and the work that she does. She's actually an incredibly gifted grid worker and energy worker. And during this session, I had this complete urgency that I had to transcribe this and share it far and wide. And as we go into it, you'll probably get a better understanding as to why. So, just a bit of background, this session's intention and focus was around a deep sense that she's had for most of her life, a feeling of longing for home, longing for, or trying to find a sense of belonging, to feel supported and grounded in her own body and within her own life, to feel safe enough to be able to relax and align with being able to move forward within her own path so that she can be in her own highest expression or authenticity and soul aligned life. And to then be able to connect with all the different experiences that are part of her soul's blueprint or destiny, if you will, as she moves forward. So during this session, what came through was something unexpected to both of us and quite profound. So as I said, it was just automatic. I know sometimes when I need to share information, and I'm really grateful to Julia for allowing me the permission to be able to share this information with you all. I find that the reason or the focus for the intention is something it's a very common focus for many people on their journeys in life. So that too, I also wanted to include. So as you'll uncover or discover as we dive deeper into the transcript, there's a lot of personal and collective information and how it's interconnected. So I'm a huge believer in, if there is something that is witnessed within the field itself, in the quantum field, and it goes through a metamorphosis process of being able to clear and unravel and transform, it actually gives the opening for others who may be impacted by a similar energy, maybe the identical one. It gives them the opportunity to be able to expand and break out of that. It's almost like a ripple effect that occurs. So this is my intention for sharing this today. And if you listen all the way to the end, I will put a guided process that you can follow along with that may be helpful for you to unravel the thread that may be within your own field and your own life, to give you a greater access of what's soulfully aligned in your own path moving forward. There'll also be timestamps in the description box so you can, go back and redo that if you feel like you'd like to do it multiple times. The more of us that do this work, this really sacred and important collective work, we do it for our own self and it ripples within the collective. And as that happens, it helps to propel us to move forward into what we have been all tirelessly working around the clock for. So I hope that you enjoy this session. We're going to dive in. Of course, if you'd like to connect with me personally, all the details will be in the description box below of the various ways that you can connect with me, perhaps through a soul activation, personal session, or maybe just listening to more content. And whatever that is, I just want to thank you and express my gratitude for you being here, because if you're listening to this, then you too, I have no doubt, have been on this incredibly important pathway. And I know that we ride the highs and the lows, and it is challenging as a human being to function in this way. But I also know, based on what I see through these sessions, is we're making enormous progress. And that's probably my deepest wish to convey to you in this message, is we're in some powerful times. So let's jump ahead and we'll go straight into the session transcript. It has been condensed a little bit just so that it's streamlined. And I will be reading both parts myself as the facilitator, and also Julia's part as the client. So just opening up, and as you listen to this, you may even feel energy start to run through your body. You may start to feel shifts and movement, and that's my intention of not just listening to the information, but actually feeling the code that runs through this to give you the shift that may be waiting for you. So if you are driving or operating any heavy machinery, I do ask you please to make sure that you're in a safe place while listening to this, as it may transport you. So just be aware of your surroundings and listen to this in an appropriate time that works for you. All right, let's get started. So just opening up, I just allow or open the quantum field. So as I open up, just finding a place of center stillness or center point, an anchor point within you, giving yourself the greatest opportunity to be held in safe and comfortable space and energy, enveloping and wrapping around your very being, your body, your energy field, allowing you, giving you the space to feel comfortable, connected, held, seen in a luminosity and transparency. And an invitation to your higher consciousness to be the co-facilitator, inviting any benevolent beings to come and help, to coach, to guide, and to support Julia to be able to crack open and release fundamental energy and any error codes, energy imprints, or however it may wish to be shown up in the field, anything that may have inhibited her from a sense of belonging, groundedness, home, support, financial stability and security, to feel safe within her own body, her authenticity, and in her geographical location. Whatever is being picked up and accumulated, or whatever has left an energy imprint, a marking, an implant, or any sort of error or corrupted coding within her, we set the intention that we can detect these fundamental aspects in order to clear them, alchemize them, and transform them into whatever she needs to open up to the path, the places, the spaces that are trying to meet her at the next level of her own expansion and experience of home, love, and business. So just allowing yourself to deeply connect with the breath and the body. Big, gentle inhales, allowing to connect with the breath that feels good and helpful, bringing the higher support in, the light, the conscious awareness, and the exhales allow the release points to let go of whatever has been held that's dark, heavy, dense, or disruptive, that no longer matches the frequency that you're becoming and you're expanding into. Taking deep breaths now. And whenever you're ready with that intention, we're going to bring in a cascade of luminous light around and through your system, allowing it to light up and highlight whatever's in the field of the body, whatever parts are speaking to you directly, where you might feel tension, strain, distress, pressure, discomfort, or awarenesses that may be calling to you. Whenever you feel ready to speak or share feeling sensations or anything that's coming up, feel free to open and share that. So as we move through just the introduction, Julia starts to say, okay, so I feel like it's a very big pressure in my chest, like a chamber that looks like an egg or something. And I feel like that's where it's being held. Okay, so can we dive a little bit deeper or closer into the chest area to see if there's any sort of visual representation of that tightness that you feel? It's like an egg or an upside down egg. At the base, which is at the top, it has strings and it's connected to somewhere above me. It's white, but I don't know what it's connected to. Okay, can we follow the thread to see where it goes? Does that feel possible or comfortable? Well, right now I think we need to open the egg. Okay, let's do that. It's not actually an egg. It's just an egg shape. It almost feels plastic or some sort of material that you can just open up. So I'm going to open it up. All right, perfect. And then I'm pulling at the strings. So I'm going to go ahead now and do that. Okay. Give me a second. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. It almost feels as like there are puppet masters that are controlling the strings somehow. Like when I go up as far as I can go, it just seems like an illusion of puppet masters. I can't even follow the string any further than that. Okay, so if you can't follow it visually, can you connect with the strings by touching it? Or do you get a sense of anything that you may need to know about this? It reminds me of those kids shows or the Muppets. You know, the two men that with the mustaches and the long noses and the Muppets. It looks like them and they're controlling the strings. I just see the two of them. They're almost translucent. It's a dark energy, a puppet master kind of energy. The first thing I did was pull it up, and then the egg opened. And I'm pulling out the root where it was connected. So I'm pulling it out from the center and up to where the puppet masters are, because that's as far as I can go right now. Inside, there looks like a red fruit inside a flower. It's apple colored, but it's wet and raw. That's what I see. Okay, feeling, sensing, what do you get from what's inside that, or what is it connected to? If it's okay, I think we need to address the puppet masters first. Okay, sure, let's do that. They're just kind of laughing. Their energy is like trickster energy, and they're just like, haha. Okay, well, let's talk to them if that's possible. Okay, then. Who are you and what do you want? It almost feels like it's not real, like it's illusionary. Even though they're being controlled, even though they're being controlled by it, it's not real. The words I heard were, we control the world, and they're laughing. How does this specifically impact you in this lifetime? It impacts everybody. It's the illusion of control of the world. It's like they have these plugs in everybody, plugging into their fruit. It's just an illusionary world, and the emotions that we've been living in. Now, because of the ascension, it's literally just time for them to go. Because this version of the illusion will no longer exist. So by witnessing and dismantling that, is that going to create a ripple? Yes, it is. I feel like we need to start taking the plugs out of as many people as possible. All right, or can we start with you first? And maybe by setting the intention via proxy that anyone who is ready to be unlocked will be given access. It's like being in a production facility, like capping bottles. These plugs were into everyone, and it's like I can literally just start pulling out the plugs. It's like pop, 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 pop. We can pull them all out of these red fruits, which I think are in the center of everybody's heart. Oh, I just got big chills when you said that. It could be in people's brains too, but I feel like it's mostly in their hearts. Excellent. Okay. Do we need to dismantle or do anything with the puppet masters? Yes, we have to go there. I pulled them out, but there's still that controlling energy. The puppet masters almost seem like they're a hologram. It's like voice of God kind of stuff, that type of technology. It's like they aren't even real. They are being controlled by something else. I'll follow the trail. As I do, it feels very reptilian. It's like a machine on some sort of planet powered by reptilians. They look like green alligators or crocodiles standing upright. That's literally what they look like. Okay, so what is their game plan? It's to enslave us, to enslave the world that we're in. It's just part of the controlling force. It powers us, and it powers those lower frequencies that keep us in the lower frequencies, in the mind and in the mind control. Are they in control now? They're in their own little room, their own dungeon, powering it. I'm sure there are higher controllers. When I went higher than them, I just saw an apocalypse, a big boom of fire covering a whole planet. Can we try and fix that, the powers that be? It looks like a T-Rex, a half man, half T-Rex. He has the consciousness of a toxic masculine man, but he shapeshifts into a T-Rex and he seems like he's controlling it. Okay, so what's the most appropriate way that we can work with him or deal with him? The energy's just falling like sand through my fingers. There is no more substance there anymore. I asked him what he wanted, and he just turned into a little bug. He's a worm right now. The heavier outer energies or overlays has dissolved all away from the T-Rex to the alligators to the puppet masters. Shall we chat with the worm? I'm putting him on a pedestal now so I can see him eye to eye and I can speak to him. As I ask him, what do you want? And he said, I just want to go home. I poked him and he burst and then turned back into a little bug. Now he's saying, now I can alchemize it. He turned into a small nugget of gold. That whole planet thing that I saw, the apocalyptic scene, has now all collapsed. The gold is connected to a thread and I'm tracing it down through the alligators to the puppet masters and dismantling everything as it closes. So where is this located? You mentioned before somewhere off planet? No. It's located in Las Vegas, Nevada. Somewhere like a facility near Area 51. Okay, so is there anything else connected there or anything else that we need to know? There is a network, a line from Las Vegas to Denver, then a branch to New Mexico near Los Alamos Lab, then going north to Canada, somewhere into the Midwest. There are other center points that are underneath Denver Airport. It's a frequency. Sorry, you probably hear Parky. It's a frequency like those cell phone towers emitting this energy. It's hooking people into that control structure. My heart literally hurts feeling into this right now. Does it localize or disconnect people from their heart or their soul essence? Well, we're never really disconnected from our soul essence, but it's overpowering. It's like a TV that's on too loud. Okay, is there anything that we can dismantle while we're here? Yes, let's look at what is located, or the tower that's located under the Denver airport. I can see it. It's like a huge silver sterile room. There are silver eggs in the middle, and I'm going to unscrew it. Inside, it's like a power center. It looks like electronics. It looks like electronics inside a bomb. I'm pulling the strings to power it down. It's deactivating the whole thing. Now let's get the people out who have been connected into it. And we're just going to alchemize it. Okay, great. I have the copper ball and a gold nugget. So what do you want to do with those things? I just open up the copper ball. A lava egg came outside. And I'm just puncturing it with a needle until it dissolves. Now it's just a copper shell, and I'm bringing in the violet flame to have everything that has been dismantled just sucked up, and everything just is appearing just to be crumbling. Wow, okay, that's huge work, and I just want to thank you. Is there anything else that we need to see at this time? No, that's it for now. All right, great. Well, let's come back to your body and let's have a look at the egg that you saw initially. Has that transformed? Yes, but I just started to pull a giant snake out of my throat. I'm purifying everything with a violet flame and pulling out plugs. I'm filling up the red fruit now with the natural raw essence. As I pull the plug out of my head and through the back, I've now been able to connect myself to a 0 point part of my head. It's a black space now, so I'm just flushing it with violet, blue, pink, green, gold, and silver plasma energy. Okay, so how do we recode it? I'm just asking or setting the intention for the highest organic frequency of code, sacred geometry, my frequency signature to come into that center point, toning and sound just as I'm starting. It's filling up with white and crystalline plasma. I can hear angels singing, and they're saying to me, "Welcome home, Julia, you did it." My pineal gland just turned on into my soul signature frequency symbol, too. There's a lot of dark stuff that's releasing from my ears and my crown. Anything else? A rainbow womb. I'm pulling the dark stuff that has been in my womb, and it's clearing, it's draining, just like standing in a shower. I'll continue to use the violet flame to transmute and just removing all sorts of weird imprints like an eel, a snake, just attachments that have been there up until this point. Okay, but it's going through a portal. It's all being transmuted and sucked up through a portal. And now everything's turning white from the heart to the womb to the crown. And it's just adding rainbow frequency. Okay, wow, that's huge. So is there any maintenance or upkeep to keep all this work that has been done in place? Just keep purifying with the white, the rainbow, and the gold from the womb to the crown. Okay, great. And is there anything else? Yeah, there's a gold key with an ignition point in my body. It's sacred geometry, and it's powering my new earth body. It's the same sacred geometry to the soul signature. This is the soul key. The angels are presenting me with it right now. It powers up the DNA codes and the new earth codes. It hits all the energy centers. And when people are ready, they can get their key. It powers up a personal energetic bubble so we can experience a new earth consciousness in that and that reality. Okay, so how does the body change in that frequency? We're moving out of the carbon-based 3D to a higher frequency. It's the it takes the aging program off because that's only connected to the 3D world. We are powered by a higher energetic and we're not connected to 3D anymore. We're functioning from the 7th up to the 12th dimension of consciousness. All right, okay, this is great. So can everybody access this? Yes, everybody has the potential, but they do need to do the inner work. They have to clear out that density to access it in their own right and within their own time. Okay, thank you. Is there anything else that we need to do today for this session? No, that's all. Okay, wonderful. We're taking your time now and we're just going to wrap you up in a bubble. Just closing down and containing all the energy, essence, the work, the light, and everything that you have gained throughout this experience so that you can continue to integrate and assimilate, and just allowing yourself to slowly and gently come back into the present moment and here and now. So as Julia now comes back, she's just landing back with all that new light and energy and information in her body. So that is the session for now. I would like to, as you can see, it was an incredibly powerful session. It had a lot in it around personal energy, collective energy, some of the energetic control systems and structures, and how, the process of what we can clear and dismantle and access that everybody has access to. So now what I would love to do is for you to find a comfortable and relaxed space, and I am going to guide and facilitate just a short energetic clearing process based on what was seen in the session so that you can start to access your own frequency. So get ready and relaxed and comfortable. Okay, so let's begin. I want you to find a space, whether it's sitting or lying, whatever feels most comfortable for you. And I'm just going to invite you now just to start to take in a couple of deep breaths. Big, gentle inhales and exhales, allowing yourself to follow the rhythm of your breath. Noticing with each inhale, just imagining, visualizing, or getting a sense of a cascade of light coming in and around to help support you. And just feel that hitting your energy field and your body, giving you a greater sense of yourself, your field, and what is contained within your field that wants to be witnessed, explored, seen, unlocked, and gently cared for in this very precious moment of now. Allowing yourself through each of the exhale, giving yourself the opportunity just to let go, to clear, to alchemize, and to really just give yourself the opportunity to let go of anything that you may have been carrying consciously or unconsciously, any energies, thought forms, emotions, stagnation. Maybe just set your intention of whatever it is that has been giving you trouble or stagnation or blockage, just release it out through the mouth, clearing, and just stay in that space just for a few moments of connecting in with that light, allowing it to shower down through your entire system, and just exhaling out whatever's being carried that's no longer valid for the next version of yourself that's coming online. And as you do this, just really getting a sense of your body, your energy, and any subtle awarenesses that might be in this space or your field. Just being the curious observer of how you feel in this moment. Slow, gentle breaths. And now, whenever you're ready, we're going to invite you to utilize this powerful light energy that's coming down from above, to use that almost like a laser or a for it to utilize almost looking under a microscopic lens, with the intention that this light and frequency, as it cascades down through you, gives you the opportunity to witness or highlight anything in your field that doesn't belong or no longer wishes to be there. And just as you breathe it in, you using that to go within the center or the nucleus of whatever's presenting. Perhaps it's an ache or a pain or a discomfort in the body, or just an awareness. Bringing that light and energy in just to kind of dissolve and breathe it out. Just giving you that greater sense and opportunity to flush through anything that may be inorganic, not 100% your own energy or consciousness, or something that might be old or outdated. Whatever it is, just giving yourself that opportunity now to clear and to transform. Just deep, deep, deep breaths. And as you do now, we're going to utilize that really bright energy to bring the focus to the heart center. The head and the heart, maybe one by one or simultaneously. And what we'll be looking for is any strings, any cords that may be attached, any frequencies that may be incoming that are not natural or that may be overpowering, just like that TV set, that frequency bandwidth that's playing far too loud. Just whether you're feeling, sensing, imagining, or just a knowing if there are any chords there that may be happening in and around, and just being able to give yourself the opportunity now to utilize that powerful light wave frequency just to dissolve them, to sever or to dissolve whatever may be plugged in or connected to your heart or head, or perhaps another place within your body that you have had the awareness of. Slowly Just taking your time, noticing the power of intention, the ability just to be able to clear out whatever may be connected, and just feeling the release of the energetic cords that no longer serve you or the version of you that's stepping forward. As you now just take some deep breaths, what we want to do is just call in the highest plasma light energy to come in to support a recoding, an alchemization, or a refilling of your heart space or your head or anywhere that there has been a removal of old cords or energy. You just putting that back into you, the space, the energy, the intention, filling up your own energetic cup or specific places within the body that need the most support, bringing in your own personal signature of frequency. And as you do that, bringing in the different colors or awarenesses and intentions, just work with that process really naturally, intuitively, and organically. As you now just allow a sphere or a bubble of light to come in and around, connecting with that new harmonic version of self, the support of the transformation of the physical body and the energetic body to give yourself the most optimum place and space to come into soul resonance and alignment. As you just reside in this space for a few moments, you may want to ask questions to your higher consciousness for guidance or information. Whatever wants to come through, just allow it to naturally flow through to you directly. Deep breaths, deep, deep breaths. As you take it all in, allowing it to transform. As this process comes into a completion for now, wrapping you up, holding and containing the new light and energy, and allowing yourself new accessibility and connectivity to be present with this process ongoing, so that you can continue to expand into the greater version of yourself, greater sovereignty, energy, lightness. As you now just taking in some deep breaths, deep inhales and gentle exhales as you slowly start to come back to your body, back to the present moment, back to the here and now, dropping in and opening your eyes. Now, just taking your time now, you might want to take a sip of water, stretch your body, just be present. Thank you all for journeying with me today. I hope you've got whatever you need out of this process, and I would love to hear from you in the comments section how you've experienced this today. Sending much love. Connect with you soon.